Okay, sorry about that. I was waiting for my game to pop up fully. I decided not to load the game first because stupidity. But, anyways, welcome to, as the title suggests, this is the opening race of the playoffs for VNS, where we're gonna have, I believe, 12 drivers.
I
I
think it.
want to say it's 12.
I think it's 12.
Let me
Yeah.
double check. Let me double. No, actually, no.
Is it 10
It's.
or 12?
Let me double check that because I don't want to say wrong information here.
Mm-hmm.
It is 12. I was right. Okay.
Yes, we will be having
12
12
drivers.
drivers.
Yes, 12 drivers competing for one championship. The two favorites of the full season, Landon Wild, Chad Eastwan, going to be going head to head. We have spoilers. We could have Mr. James Mendez himself be a spoiler. He's been consistent since he's joined in the halfway through the season. Colin Teague, we saw what happened. Well, sort of saw what happened at Eldor. My stream decided not to show it, but Anthony Ward, another good fuel saver. He's been up to, he can get some top three runs when he gets everything going for him.
We
We
got
don't talk much about Kyra Scott or
Kyler
Tom
Scott. I
Hawk,
say
but
he's an
they,
underdog for it.
yeah, both Tom Hawk and Kyra Scott can both be underdogs for this as well. Kevin Urguez, I mean,
I'd consider
he's
him
got to figure.
a top guy for the championship. I think once he can figure out how to close races, like you were gonna say, once he can figure out how to get these races done and start winning, I think he'll be a threat for the championship up there with Lyle and
I
Eastwan.
think, and then I would also count out, or also would not count out Joni Hannon as well. He's not a favorite, but if he can also figure out how to win a race, I mean, he could definitely contend, at least maybe to put some pressure on the top. And we
Mm-hmm.
also have Joshua Franks and Jeffrey Harunka, who have also made the playoffs, and we will see how they do. But while we are waiting for this to go green, I don't think we have yet. No, not yet. We will go ahead and get some pre-race interviews in real quick. We can start with either one of you.
All right, I'll take Cronin. You take Hades.
All right, we'll start with Daniel Mcgurk, who's actually going to be the pole sitter for the Michigan race, who is not going to be in the championship hunt because he joined a lot later than a couple other people, but he will try to be playing spoiler tonight. Overall, how's the car tonight, though?
It was okay. It's just gonna be a draft race. Really, who can, make the right move and not cause a major wreck. And I don't know if fuel saving will come in, but I think it will. And hopefully, it really doesn't, because I'm not really good at that stuff.
Yeah, it's going to really depend on how the cautions fly and when everyone does pit. We know there will be a halfway stage break, as we always do here, but that will bring everyone down pit road and hopefully not cause any fuel saving there. But since you're going to be playing spoiler, I'm guessing the goal is just to win, obviously.
Yeah, I kind of just ruined some people's hopes of winning tonight. Honestly, just kind of rough. I didn't race full time, and somehow I was still in the playoff hunt until Eldora happened, and bad luck and frustration happened. So kind of blew that away, and now I'm just trying to win every race I race in here from on.
Yes, and like I said, we saw what happened outdoors. Very unfortunate, but let's see what you can do. Get some upset wins, and maybe see contend for the championship next season.
And
And that is
now
Daniel McGurk,
that's
who is
it.
going to be our pole sitter.
And
Sorry.
now we're gonna move on to James Mendez, who I don't think he even qualified, if I remember correctly. So he's gonna be rolling off towards the back of the grid, and I just want to ask you, how do you expect to get your way up to the front tonight? Because you got, I believe it's going to be a 100 lap race, so you got a lot of time to work with. And I just want to know what your strategy is for getting up to the front here, because I know you can do it.
Take some of the drafts, be patient, save some of the tire, so when some guys start to fall off, I can kind of have second life there, and if fuel comes into play, I switched to fully clutch now, so I can save even more, which makes me even more dangerous. But I should be fine. It's not Michigan's one of the easiest tracks you can kind of work through the pack. So I'll just be smart and try not to wreck anybody.
I'm assuming your goal for tonight is to kind of recreate what happened in RHRL at Michigan. Fuel saving your way all
Well,
the way to the victory.
I don't think I can fuel save the laps I need to on the amount of fuel you have. But if we get close enough, if it says 4 laps, I was like, well, I couldn't go for it. Now, if it says something like 6, you're playing a horrible game. So, we'll see.
Well, you'll be rolling off from the back. You got a lot of work ahead of you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's
All right,
James Mendez.
so
Left rider.
we have 24 people starting tonight. Maybe it could be less. I'm not sure exactly how many the official count is yet. We can get over the points real quick. Let me find it real quick. So if you weren't here for the reset, it's going to be a straight 10 races without no resets. So it's basically like the old chase system. Whoever has the highest amount of points out of 12 drivers will win the championship. Interesting note to start. Landon Weil and Chad Eastman are tied at 1,022 each. Next closest is Colin Teague, who's 17 back. James Mendez is 18 back. Kyler Scott, Tom Hawk, and Luca Mazzilli, and Anthony Order all 19 back. Kevin Uruguay and Joshua Finks are 21 back, and Harunka and Johannan are 22 back. So everyone's still in a race, but the main battle is going to obviously be between Lyle and Eastwan, like always.
Oof. Well, Evil,
We're going to be starting in about a minute. Sorry.
I just want to ask you, who do you think will win this championship?
I really don't want to pick. I don't want to pick the top two. I mean, the top two is obvious. I want to pick someone who, it's not supposed to be them, but they had a better 10 races. I could actually see one of the guy that's in here right now, Mr. James Mendez, and here's my reasoning. We've seen what he does with fuel saving. So we've seen how that works out a million times, and he can end up gaining a lot of good points from it. He's very strong and somehow gets about top 7s about every race, even though he's not anywhere near the front half the time. If Lyle and Eastman have a couple bad races, he's right up there, and all he has to do is win a race, and he can end up overtaking both of them.
That's definitely a very strong pick. I think I definitely see your point there with James Mendez, and I could definitely see him underdogging his way to this championship. But I think you were right about bringing up the little guys, or not even little guys, but some of the quietly consistent people in the back half of the playoff grid, like your James Mendez's, your Jonah Johannans, Tyler Scott's. I definitely think that those are going to be some of the guys to look out for here, because if Lyle or Eastwan start driving over their head some point during these 10 races, they could be in big danger of losing this race. Losing this championship, excuse me.
You can join. That is a very strong pick as well. I mean, we can't write out Colin Teague either. We've seen what he did. Well, again, I didn't really get to see what he did at Eldora, but he was constantly on Eastwan's bumper, so he could obviously be a good threat. Anyone in the top 5, I could realistically see winning the championship, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I could see anyone winning it, but I think there's certain tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We have a starting lineup here. Let me see. As we mentioned, Daniel Mcgurk, who's one of our in-race reporters, is starting on the pole with Kevin Uruguay, the highest playoff driver, and starting in the field in second. Eastwan in third, trying to get back-to-back wins. Caleb Buckner fourth. There's a little bit of controversy with that one I've been hearing, but he will start fourth anyway, so we can't really do much about that. Kyler Scott is fifth. Tom Hawk sixth. Landon Weil seventh. He's not the best qualifying run for Landon Weil, but he probably won't be taking long to get up to the front. MJ Cirillo eighth. Anthony Ward ninth. Fabio Lamina is 10th. Brad Qualls 11th, Patrick Garrett 12th, Wickham Mazoe 13th, David Hanks 14th, Colin Teague 15th, Logan mentioned James Mendez in 16th, Joshua Frank 17th. So there's a bunch of playoff drivers back here. Jeffrey Veronka 18th, Joni Hannon 19th. Like there's a row of like 5 in a row. Logan Iliff 20th. Gatwin Downey I think is 21st. JoJo Sims 22nd, Ashton Tackwell 23rd, and Ethan Hoffman is 24th. That is your starting lineup.
All right, before we get this thing rolling here, Evil, we got to do our weekly pre-race predictions. Who's your pick for the win tonight?
I'm gonna go with a little bit of a weird pick here. I'm gonna say Kyler Scott, just because we've seen him. He's up there a lot. We've seen him lead some races. He hasn't got the finishes he wants, but I think he can finally put one together if he gets in the right predicament. I think he gets a win.
Definitely a strong prediction. I'm gonna take Kevin Yerglaze tonight because he's been so close all season, and I think tonight, if he can get it figured out tonight, I think that he can go win this race.
Another strong pick as always, but it's Michigan, acts like a draft track and on the straightaways, and realistically anyone could have a chance with the right moves. But we're going to get to the green flag here. Danny Mcgurk's going to go in the restart box, and we are green, and he will get a decently sized jump. He will clear Kevin Yerglaze.
Now as they head down to the turns 1 2 for the first lap here. That bottom lane, you're going to watch it here. It's just going to surge ahead from the outside lane here. As out of turn 2, the guy that started second, Kevin Yerglaze, is down to 4th.
And there's nothing he can do on the outside. If the outside doesn't go in Michigan, and there's nothing you can do with it. It's such a longer way around the track.
So now
I see the 16 way up there. He's making it 4 wide up in the top lane, which you can do here.
Kyler Scott all the way in the grass. Whoa!
We got multiple people in the grass. They're going to be 3 wide already. Oh,
wow.
Now they're going to be 2.
We're getting after it early on here at Michigan. We got Kyler Scott making an aggressive move on the outside lane.
He has no help up there, though, and here comes... Oh, he's going to drop back in line.
2 teammates racing right there. You got Landon Lyle and Pat Eastman, the championship favorites.
Oh, Kyler Scott's going to give him a bump.
Man, you got about the top 6 or 7 trucks. Not even the top 10 under a blanket.
Funny enough, that actually helped Danny Mcgurk got up a bit further away.
They're going crazy right now. I would not
be surprised to
see a spin here shortly. Oh, yep, there we go. How did they hang on to that? Caleb Buckner kind of popped up a little bit there. Oh my goodness, Tom Hawk.
Yeah, I thought that was my end. It was a server. It was a server lag. Yeah, it was server lag, and that's nothing we can control. That's just scary.
That's one of the scariest things that happened in this game. Was Kevin Yerglaze making a move underneath Landon Lyle. Caleb Buckner's there to help Lyle recover from that. As Tom Hawk and Luke Mazzilli are there to help. And on the bottom.
And is that Anthony Ward already going for second? Look who's already up here.
Yeah, he's up for second. Wow. Where did he start?
9th.
Wow. Looks like there's a bit of contact going on.
Like I said, you can't count out Anthony Ward anytime you see him in a race. He knows how to fuel save. He can have the race speed. We've seen it a couple times. He's finished second and third, even won a couple. You can't really count him out when he's racing.
Coming to lap 6 out of 50 until the halfway. A lot of time for these drivers to mess with here. This is a 100% race here. We got a couple.
Oh, we got people on the apron.
Wow. Kevin tried to make a move on the bottom. He's gonna get shuffled out now.
I said there was lanes everywhere. I didn't mean down on the apron and in the grass.
Good move. This has just been utter chaos right now.
Who's going to be the first playoff driver to lead a lap? Danny McGurk's led them all so far. Anthony Ward wants to be the first.
This has just been absolute chaos here. As Kevin's trying to make a move on Anthony Ward here. Anthony Ward's trying to set up Mcgurk. He's been trying for the last couple laps to set up Mcgurk.
Oh, he's going to go to the apron.
Mcgurk cut him off nicely.
The apron is legal here,
Kevin's
so.
going to choose to help Mcgurk into 3. Very odd
An apron's
choice.
legal. Anything's legal here, so if they use the apron, it's more power to them.
Mcgurk's going to get shuffled here by Lord. It's 3 wide out of turn 4. Kevin set him up. He's going to take him 3 wide for the lead. This is huge for Mcgurk right now.
Oh, he's going to get down in front of Anthony Ward at the least. It helps him a little bit.
Here comes Kevin into turn 1. Does he really have the momentum? He's going to have wash
Gonna hit the apron.
Powers around the outside. Absolute. Maybe a little bit of luck, but also very good defending by Daniel Mcgurk to hold the lead like that when he's pulling the back foot. Chad Eastwood making an aggressive dive to the outside. Mcgurk's to cover that off.
Oh, where is he?
Eastwood made a deep drive on the outside lane.
And now he's going to try to cross over. He's going to get shut down.
Absolute S tier defending right now. Backing him up, and Kevin's down the inside. Gonna get covered off a little bit loud to the outside there. As
Power's got way up the track. I think he wants to drop out of it. Oh, thank you, Fox Sports coverage.
I can't even count all the, I think it's the top 10.
Oh, looked like Anthony Ward got loose.
I think it's the top 9. I think it's the top 9 in that pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's the top 9.
Here comes Eastone. He's gonna dive
Eastone stuffed it in deep. It's not gonna be enough. He's gonna try to clip him in the rear, clip Mcgurk in the rear bumper. Mcgurk's gonna absolutely.
He's gonna lose a spot actually here.
Comes Tom Hawk to P2. What a drive for him in that 98 truck. Now I don't know how many of you guys remember this, but Tom Hawk and Chad Eastone actually swapped rides in the middle of the season right after Auto Club. They swapped rides. Or was it Auto Club or they swapped? No, it was right after Auto Club. They swapped rides, and now...
And then ever since then, they can't get away from each other.
Exactly. They've been all over each other ever since. As good push to the back of Eastone from... Here goes. Oh, he's going to get ran up. Tomahawk ran Kevin wide. As the rookie, Caleb Buckner, is only his second ever start. He's running inside the top 9 right now. He's in the same group.
I think he's just waiting and learning right now.
He's trying to probably chart how everyone's driving style is. That's what I like to do when I'm joining new leagues. I try to make sure that I know everyone's driving style around me. That way I can kind of expect what they're going to do.
Kyler Scott! Through...
Chase championship contender.
He mowed some lawn, but he saved it.
He saved it, but that's going to be detrimental.
I just now realized this. Landon Wiles in a custom truck. That's why I didn't see where he was at, but he's in this lead group.
He's in the custom truck.
That took me a second.
Now, I just want to give
I'm not
I'm going to shift the spotlight a little bit. Just a little bit to my fellow Hardwood fan racing teammate. Luke Mazzilli's up here running inside the top 8 now because we kind of lost one. But Luke is there running in the Takumi 86 truck. And he's doing pretty solid right now. He's making room with Caleb Buckner for the 7th spot. Making some pretty solid ground. Happy for Luke now. He's working his way past Buckner.
It looks like there's a top 5 kind of breaking away now a little bit.
They
can all split up.
Back there.
Oh, Eastone. Eastone just going to give Mcgurk a shove.
Here comes Lord of the inside, side by side for second. Knocks up a little bit now, side by side for second into turn 1.
Oh, they're all going to get the apron a
Absolutely
little bit.
very aggressive from Chad Eastman there. As I think.
And the,
Go ahead, Evil.
so I was going to say, the apron is not your best friend in the turns. That thing will spin you around very fast.
They like to call this track Auto Club track, but these two are very different.
I call it its sister track. It's 2 miles. They're both 2 miles. But Michigan acts more like a Daytona without like as much like needing draft. But the draft will help you pull away from people.
As they head into 1 and 2 right now, I will be right back.
We're going to watch the side-by-side battle for second continue. Anthony Ward and Chad Eastman cannot get away from one another. This continues to go on as a couple people behind him swerving just to figure out which way he's going to go.
As we are approaching our first ever pit stop, I think one thing a lot of these VMS drivers are here to really learn as the developmental series is that these guys are here to learn how.
Oh, here comes
control
Chad
their
Eastman.
like that. Chad Eastman. I think that's one of Chad Eastman's biggest flaws, and I think that might be one of the biggest things that might cost him this championship. Is it could be his over-aggression, because driving over-aggressive means you're going to end up making mistakes, and those mistakes may not make very many people happy. So I think from Chad Eastman, I might want to learn how to control my aggression and save it for later in the race.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and definitely, especially the non-playoff drivers, they have nothing to lose. Like the leader right now, Danny Mcgurk. You keep bumping him, he's going to get mad at you, and he's not going to give you any help when you need it the most. Oh, we're going to go three wide, it looks like.
Now.
Oh,
Contact!
they're going to be contact.
Lord trying to make a move there, Mcgurk. Oh!
McGurk's going to be pitting. McGurk's pitting, I think.
He's pitting, yeah.
Is Eastwan going to pit? If not, that'll be our different. Eastwan is pitting.
Eastwan is pitting, but I don't. Eastwan
That's going to give the lead to Kevin Uruguis.
I don't know what the.
Uruguay's going to be the first playoff driver.
But
well, Eastwan was stuck on the top, to be fair. I don't know how they're going to